Welcome back to World Crisis Radio. Webster Tarpley here in Washington, D.C., surveying this day of shame, of decline, degeneracy, breakdown, a sad day for the United States, a pitiful, helpless giant, a piece of wreckage adrift on the ocean of adventures at this point, with no leadership, an insane opposition, and a treacherous executive, a Wall Street puppet, a warmonger, a union buster in the White House. We're getting close to the absolute nadir. We're getting close to what it must have looked like in 1859 under the treasonous Buchanan administration, with Floyd in the War Department selling all the U.S. forts and fleets to the proto-Confederates down there. It is a very, very dark time. We've now got 6 wars. Afghanistan, you've got to count these every morning. You've got to basically do a check every morning to figure out how many wars Butcher Barkey has got going. The warmonger in the White House, very much different than Bush. He doesn't go through any rhetorical exercises. He just strikes in the night with treachery. That's his stock in trade. So we start with Afghanistan. We've got Iraq going. Pakistan, to be sure, huge stuff going on there. Libya, we've been reporting about that over the last couple of weeks. But now we've got Yemen over the past 2 weeks, and now, I guess, within the last 10 days, Somalia. That makes 6. Are we moving towards an attack on Syria? Syria gets you the trifecta. If you get Syria, you also get Iran and Hezbollah into the bargain. You might get Hamas into the bargain, too. We're told that Hamas has gotten some pretty serious missiles into the Gaza Strip, so that might be some surprises all around. It is a tar baby scenario. What does it take? What about imperial overstretch? Don't you understand? Obama, Panetta, Clinton, and other banqueteurs d'etat, bankrupters of the state who are running things here in Washington. Remember the tar baby, right? The Uncle Remus tale about how you keep punching away at an enemy, and eventually you get so stuck and bogged down that you're trapped, and the enemy ultimately wins you. It's a kind of a rope-a-dope strategy. So this is what is going on now. A first mobilization point. Let me just catch up on a little bit of media. Naturally, we always want you to look at tarpley.net. And also look at the Twitter feed. The Twitter feed has not been that active lately, but it will be again, I assure you, especially as we go into these debt negotiations. There's going to be another long meeting for national sellout by Obama on Sunday afternoon. Obama is going to sell out Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, hook, line, and sinker, lock, stock, and barrel. Going to be sold out to the Republican extreme monetarist reactionary fanatics like Boehner and Cantor. That will be on Sunday afternoon, so we'll be following that with the Twitter feed. Just now, a couple of things to call to your attention before we go on to Libya, which is obviously a big topic. Here's the Rock Creek Free Press. Rock Creek Free Press, a fiercely independent newspaper. More power to it. This is now Volume 5, Number 7, July 2011. That will be on the newsstands for the rest of this month, another 2 or 3 weeks. And here above the fold, Obama now waging 5 wars and counting. CIA's Arab Spring, a prelude to a long, hot summer of war. Pakistan and Saudi Arabia flee collapsing U.S. empire. By yours truly, this is dated June 17th. And as you can see, Obama's war-making rampage has outdistanced me. I've got the headline says 5 wars. We're now up to 6 wars, counting the latest Predator drone strikes into Somalia. And apparently there's some kind of a secret Predator drone base in the Middle East, somewhere in the Arabian Peninsula, we think, from which these things are sent out. At least not all of them. Some of them can also be launched from aircraft carriers. Needless to say. Now, also, if you want to keep up with my books, if you're in Italy, please go and buy a copy of Obama Dietro la Maschera, Obama Behind the Mask, Golpismo Mondiale sotto un fantoccio della CIA, That is to say, Obama behind the mask, worldwide coup d'etat policy or worldwide policy or wave of coup d'etat under a Wall Street puppet. That's available from Fuoco Edizioni. I tried in a brief stop in Italy to see if that was available in the Feltrinelli in Rome Airport. They have it listed, but they don't have it. You've got to go and order it. So please do go and order it. If you want to support this broadcast, you want to support me, generate some sales around Obama dietro la maschera on the Italian market. Perfect now. Everybody in Italy heading for the beach, July, August, right time for summer reading, un libro per l'estate, summer books. Make it Obama dietro la maschera. Very, very timely reading. Now, in terms of recent media by me, let's just go through a quick summary. Most of this has to do primarily with Libya, and you'll see a lot of it is up on tarpley.net, perhaps not quite all of it, but most of it. So this would be RT, Russia Today, last Friday, Telesur of Venezuela, 3 interviews, 2 short ones and 1 20 to 30-minute one with their fine correspondent Rolando Segura in Tripoli. CCTV, Chinese national television. That's a 1 billion person audience divided up into 20 channels. Hopefully some slice of that comes to me. About a half-hour in-depth interview with their correspondent. Phoenix Television, short interview on the dock in Tripoli when the refugee ship came in. Then we go to Italy, the Italian blog Chiare Lettere, which is a publishing house. I hope this also calls attention to my book. Then we have Radio Popolare Milano, the main left-wing radio station in the business capital of the country, Milan. KPFA, San Francisco, Bonnie Faulkner's program Guns and Butter. That's a 1-hour in-depth interview about Libya. So KPFA and WBAI in New York City also takes that over. Work done with Fernando Velasquez at KPFK, Los Angeles. This is Informativo Pacifica in Spanish. Please take a look at that. I hope to have that up on my Spanish page. You've also got Kevin Barrett, Truth Jihad Radio, 1-hour in-depth interview with them. On the Arabic page, we will shortly have a 1-hour program with me on Libyan television with Dr. Shakir. And this is done into Arabic. There are also a number of other interviews inside Libya that may come to the fore. Alex Jones, of course, this was probably the main focus of interest by a lot of people. These were 3 separate interviews, one on Monday of last week, one on Tuesday of last week, one on Friday. And the Friday was a live commentary on the very large demonstration held in Green Square, with Alex also taking over the feed from the Libyan television. We'll be back in just a minute with more of that and more analysis on World Crisis Radio.